Hello and welcome to another episode of Press Play. I'm your host, Derek Gerber, and today I've got Ryan Vanlow, the Director of Corporate Sponsorships of the OKC Dodgers. What's going on, my friend Ryan? Welcome to the show today.
Thanks, Derek. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, we love it. All right, tell us who you are and what you do for a living.
So my name is Ryan Vanlow. I am the Director of Corporate Partnerships with the Oklahoma City Dodgers baseball team, which is a AAA affiliate of the LA Dodgers.
There we go. I love it. All right, so you got the blue on today. We love that too. But I got to say, with the new normal and the world coming around and seasons coming and sparking back to life, some fan attendance here and there. How's that been treating you so far? How you've been navigating?
It has been a whirlwind, I would say. Every day there's different changes. At the beginning in the off season before the season started, we were looking at 30% attendance. Right before the season started, we went up to 50%. There was a mask mandate, and then there wasn't a mask mandate that came from the MLB. So, we're constantly changing. And then beginning of July, we went to full capacity. The only reason I say full capacity and not 100% is because we still do have a couple sessions that we allow fans that are still, worried about COVID that is going on and want to be socially distanced from all the fans. So we do want to honor and respect those fans that still want to come out, still trusting the process of, I want to get out to some live sports, and I also want to be safe with it. So it's been crazy, but I think in this time of that we're going through, you just have to be able to adapt to the different changes on the fly, which is, I feel like it's a very fun atmosphere because there's no one day that's going to be the same ever. Everything's going to be different. Change is going to always happen.
That's right. And, given the roles and responsibilities that we have to build fan bases and keep people engaged, relying on technology has obviously been the easier go-to. But how have you navigated personal fan relationships through mobile applications and better creation of content? Have you been creating new programs that have pushed you in new ways with other brands and partners you have?
So I would like to say, probably before the pandemic happened, everything was always in person. I think a lot of people have realized working from home is kind of going to be the new norm. Meeting through Zoom and Microsoft Teams is going to be the new norm. So I feel like it's easier because now it takes out that objection of, hey, I can't meet, I have this or that. It's really a quick, you're in your space, I'm in my space, I'm going to share my screen. We'll be able to, just go ahead and knock this out. Have any questions, any follow-ups can just be over the phone. So I think that has definitely made it easier to meet with a lot of people. People are more open to it. It's not that when you're in the office, you have to worry about those random meetings showing, popping up. So, you have it scheduled. It's not going to be that long. It's going to be a 15 to 20 minute conversation, and then you kind of go ahead and move on with your day.
That's right. And even in those scenarios, it's interesting because we have so much to talk about. There's so much to do, but everybody's Zoomified to death, if you would. And we're all little zombified, if you would, through the new normal of trying to adjust to this. And so when we're all seeing 6,000 ads a day or whatever else, how are you helping your clients, your partners, your sponsors bring those stories to life for the fans? And again, it could be anything from soft drinks to technology partners. Has there been a common medium or gap or a campaign you've been running that better engages the fan base while people are away and mobile and distracted with more information than ever?
Yeah. So what we've done this year is we've gone fully digital in stadium for our PlayBall program with all of our different promotions, which helps out because now, not only you don't have the excuse not to get that information, because now we share that on our Instagram or any of our social media, so like you can get today's program from home, and you don't have to worry about being in the game. You can see what kind of promotions that we're running, so if there's something that triggers you, you're able to see that promotion and you're able to sign up for that promotion, or if it's something that interests you. And I think we've been trending on the upward this year, of where when you come to, we have a promotions kiosk. When you come up to the promotions kiosk, you can scan that QR code for that promotion that you're interested in, go back to your seat or go to the concession stand, fill that stuff out, and we automatically get that information. In the past, there's been lines where at the promotions kiosk where you're signing up and you're on this iPad or you're writing this information down. Now it's just very easy where you can just go onto your phone and get everything done, or anything that you're interested in right then and there.
And that's the story I want to extract. Using technology to better communicate your own frustration-free process, if you would. Because here at Explainify, yes, we have a frustration-free video creation process. But when you get into advertisements or, placements of things, and now all of a sudden the whole hierarchy has changed as to how we traditionally would engage. Now I've got this mobile device and a new way to immediately and instantly connect. I've been to those games where you could get the newspaper and a free blanket and a free sweatshirt, and all you got to do is stand there for 20 minutes and fill out something on an iPad behind 5 other people. Come on. We're talking about innovation now. We're talking about what's the new normal. If we could reimagine anything, look at us go here. So I love hearing that right now, and it's becoming what's expected. For my software and workflow background, I can tell you, I've got a phone. Tell me how I could take action right now by taking a picture, right? Holding my phone up. Give me something to do. What's my call to action? So when it comes to that, have you had maybe have a couple brand stories in there, a couple examples of another promotion that was run like that? Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Right down the street, we work with a company called Lewis RV, and they have a really cool promotion. The promotion's always been great. This year it's even better because obviously we have that digital platform, but their main focus is getting qualified leads from people that are going to be looking to buy or looking to purchase an RV. But the promotion is come over, or find it on the website, or scan the QR code, sign up for this promotion. You're a qualified person that is looking to buy an RV here in the next 4 to 5 years. And be picked to win a trip to one of our state parks with a rental of an RV from them. And then there's a bunch of OKC Dodgers swag. Like, we got grilling utensils, we have cornhole boards, we have everything that you can think of, getting them a gift card so they can get food, so they can grill while they're out there. So it's a really one of probably our most popular promotions that we have going on throughout the season. And actually today we've already picked the 3 finalists, and then they'll be revealed at the game. So which is be really cool to be on a Friday night, fireworks. Like, you're gonna find out if you're gonna be able to go to a state park with a brand new RV.
That's amazing. Yeah, don't tell my in-laws because they're shopping right now. I don't need any of that getting out there in the wild. But yeah, you get it. Like, that's exactly what it is. So I love the whole. It got me excited just thinking about it. Going, oh, that's an activation right there. And again, for the audience, you got to remember when these activations are taking place. Sometimes we look past the static ones. Our eyes get drawn to the moving parts, to the big glam pieces. And when you make the investment to do it right and you embrace the digital platform, that's one very quick way to grow your brand awareness very quickly. We always talk about the 3 pillars on this show: awareness, education, and revenue. So I'm going to drill it home every time. But when you look at these abilities for these local companies to embrace such partnerships with the OKC Dodgers and my friend Ryan here, you can find a lot of creativity coming out the side. And that's what I want to hear. So when it comes to thinking forward and innovation, what has really caught fire on the back end for you? Are you talking about having other types of installments of digital campaigns for you throughout the rest of this year, or maybe innovating towards the next year?
As of right now, we haven't. I mean, we're at the digital platform for our PlayBall program. All of our proposals are digital also, so which is a really cool platform where it's a little bit better than just putting together a PowerPoint. We were able to go in and everything's we have a master deck and we can kind of just like pick and choose what assets that we're putting in, and then obviously our marketing team's always looking at other things to do. They kind of keep me out of the loop for that. They just kind of tell me whenever they decide, and we use it. Fully support them because they know what they're talking about. I'm more of the salesman, so like you just tell me how to use it, how it's going to benefit me, and I'm going to go out and do it.
That's right. All right. So let me ask you this: when it comes to the play ball program, I want to know more about it. Tell me about how it works, what the messaging is, how the positioning is, and how does it all come together for the fans?
So basically, it's everything that you would get in a printed play ball. So we have our roster, we have a story in there. We have a title sponsor who one of our many partners can be the title. So they kind of dominate that. So they dominate the homepage, they dominate the roster page. They have a full page ad, so which is hyperlinked to their website. We work with Oklahoma Fidelity Bank Club, our Oklahoma Fidelity Bank, which is a pretty big bank in Oklahoma. And when they had it, on that very front page, whenever you pull it up, it has their logo, it has their messaging, and I believe the last messaging was open up a free checking account. Literally all you had to do is click it, and it went straight to where you put all your information in, so you can open it online. So those are the things that really help going from that paper to digital, because now we can actually we have a way to get fans to go and do what what the company really wants to do, because we couldn't measure in the past. Like when it's great to to leave with that program, and it's great like to have it as like a souvenir. But when this is an asset that someone is using for a company, we in the past we didn't have anything that was measurable. Now we can measure how many clicks or how long someone's staying on the page reading the material or looking at, or how many fans are signing up for whatever kind of promotion it is that we have in there. So it's able to give us a lot of that data, which is great, and it's very useful. Definitely going back out, if someone is renewing or if someone is coming in as a new partner, we can say, hey, these people are on these pages, they're averaging 7 minutes throughout the game, so we actually know that they're using it. And in the past, when it was just this program, this printed program, we didn't have that. So now we have more success stories of like saying like, this is how it's used. We can give that suggestion of this is the way you should use it, so you can achieve that goal for your company.
Isn't that amazing that we've gone from just printing the pamphlet and having no idea about anything, maybe just a couple years ago, to now full digital integration where sales and marketing leaders are becoming data analytic masters, if you would. It's fun to watch that, this culmination of this big data topic from 10 years ago to where we are right now, and how instant the gratification can be from taking action right away and then using the data to build better user experiences from that. I think that's so cool. Obviously, you're going to better track the ROI from those types of investments and those activations, and it's going to inspire you to want to do more. Hey, this person spent 5 minutes on this page, and they only spent 5 seconds over here. Well, maybe we shouldn't go on that 5. Maybe we should take them to that route. And it all matters. So I'm really happy that you brought that story up, because that's exactly the point of this, is like, how do we embrace a digital platform, all the new content that we need? How do we blend these two worlds of traditional and whatever the new normal might be? And I think that's really fun. So when we see fans coming back in the stands and we see these types of engagements, it's not only something that's new and in it, it's just what's expected. And like, that's the fun part of 2021, if you would, so far, is like, as we venture out and we go into the next 3 or 5 years of technology and adaptation, what's that going to be like? So it really gets me excited to hear these things. So What's on your plate right now? What's the rest of the season looking like? And what are some of the big campaigns coming up that we could learn about? Maybe you can share a few brand names with us too.
Yeah, so right now, basically, it's coming to the end of the season. October 3rd is going to be our last home game, which is probably it's the latest that we've ever gone. I've been with the Dodgers for 6 years, and usually we're winding down right now around Labor Day is usually our last home game. If we're making the playoffs, then we have another 2 weeks because MLB is doing all their call-ups. But so now, which is my first full year on going into it, but we've already switched the books. 2022 is what we're looking at. Budget season is up here. We're trying to get in front of as many people as we can. Definitely we've had a lot of those conversations in 2020, but obviously that was the year that we had. So we're re-bringing those conversations up. We have about a month, or I think it's 23 more games. So inviting these clients out so they can see the product in action, and then following up with at an actual meeting. So we have a bunch of warm leads out there, and then we're finishing up a lot of our promotions, like I had mentioned, Lewis RV. So promotions has already finished. We're picking a winner tonight. We have another restaurant right across the street from us called Mickey Mantle's Steakhouse. They have a couple more promotions. They're giving away free dinner for just signing up to be a part of their email club. Then we have happy hour that they'll be doing also, and when they're a real famous high-end steakhouse, so anything free for them and for that they're giving up, obviously fans are gonna be like, hey, yeah, like for sure. Like I was talking to one fan, he was like, if I win this, I'm gonna do happy hour before one of the games, and then I'm gonna come over to the game. And I'm like, see, now I'm like, you get it. Like you understand, this is why you sign up for these promotions, because you have the chance to win something.
That's right. And you really make me think about it's like, yeah, it happens so quickly. The season ends, and we're looking at the next year, and we're doing budgeting, we're doing all the things. How would you say that you're differentiating yourself from the rest of the market? Is not everyone is fully sold on sports marketing, and I want to bust some of those myths. But how would you differentiate yourself? If I could go over here and do something, or come to you, why would I be here?
You're right. So it's it's a conversation. I started in ticket sales, and what I've always preached is like, when you know the material and you listen to your client, the client's going to tell you what they want, what they do. If they do something in the market already, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder down the street. We have a soccer team in town. We have OU, OSU. So like a lot of these Oklahoma-based companies have done something in the past and may have pulled their partnerships before the pandemic or during the pandemic. So some of them do understand, but those ones that don't understand, you really have to listen to them. You have to listen to what they've done elsewhere. If they're a community, if they're really focused in the community. So if they're focused in the community, we have community initiatives that we can bring them into. Sometimes, all the time, signage and whatnot doesn't make sense, or in stadium promotion, or we live in an oil and gas town. So
Good point.
if you're a company that sells like valves, like it doesn't make sense for you to have a table and you're trying to sell valves to our fans. So what other initiatives do you have like in the community, or what other would it be based off of maybe entertaining your employees, so on a larger scale, like maybe yes, like some signage, but also like maybe there's some hospitality rentals or some season tickets that would make more sense for you. So it's really all about having those conversations, listening to your client, because like I said, every time they're going to tell you what they want or what they want to do, and you just listen, you go back, you put something together, you put it in front of them, and at that point there's there's some negotiation, but most of the time there's no pushback, because they know that you listen to them and you're putting what's in front. The only other thing is, it might be their budget. So whatever their budget might be, and then we can also fit, whatever their budget is, we can fit some kind of partnership around it. We're very, very flexible, and I think that's one of the main things about the Dodgers is that we were able to be super, super creative, and there's our brand is known just because we have the Dodger name. We're in the middle of Bricktown, in the middle of downtown Oklahoma City. So this is like kind of a central point where people from all over come throughout the state that come on the weekends because this is the entertainment district. This is the hot spot for the summer. So, we are going to, bring in fans. We're going to do, those different promotions to get them out. Hat giveaway, bobblehead giveaway. We have fireworks every Friday night. So we have things that will drive fans to come out on the weekends with us.
I love it. There's a lot of differentiation in there, and it. It's the hot spot. It's it. It's where everybody is. It's the bee's knees. And I love it because it leads into the next one for me is that, establishing that and getting it. You've had a tenure here. You've moved up the ranks. You're the big dog. And so when it comes to, pushing forward into the future, I want to share with the audience what kind of challenges in sales and marketing or even though the product have you had other than COVID, but, we heard one in starting the digital platform to cover a lot of different things. Have there been other areas that you've made improvements on that, we could share with the audience?
Besides, I think it's more of, the conversation. I think it's like more of like understanding and knowing after COVID, everyone was affected. It wasn't just like, there's sometimes that it's just a specific industry, but everybody was affected, and a lot of people just they trust you. So like when you build that trust, I don't think there's anything specific that we've changed besides our digital, like going more digital and having people have more faith. But as soon as we get those numbers and we're able to show them the numbers, it's really like now they have that trust. Like it's like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We did a lot of I think one of the other challenges was since there was so much uncertainty at the beginning of the season, our team was really creative of coming up with some different make goods of hey, you don't feel comfortable coming out in your suite because like still COVID. Let's look at pushing something towards the end of the season. Let's see how those numbers go. If that doesn't work, then let's push it to next year if that's something that will work for you. And a lot of people were very understanding because, like I said, everyone dealt with it. It wasn't just one industry. Everyone had to go through it for still going through it. And we just have a lot of partners, a lot of companies in Oklahoma City that really trust us because we're the experts, and we talk to them, we build those relationships, we figure out what they want, what they need, and just because I'm a huge believer, just because someone says no, it might be no for this season. You have to keep building that relationship. They may not, because my first initial call, they may just not have that trust because they don't know me. They don't know our business model. So, just that continuous building of relationships is where you become a lot more successful. Even through the pandemic, it was still reaching out to these companies, and it was more of like, hey, how are you doing? Like, how's your company doing? How's your family doing? Have you been, has any of your family been affected by COVID? If so, I'm sorry. Or, sending just little notes, cards, little swag here and there, just saying, we're all going through it and we're all going to make it through together. So I think that was a key thing. I mean, I think COVID definitely helped everyone to get more on a personal level and not just a business level.
That's right. And I appreciate you saying that too, because I think that through all of this new navigation we've had to do together. It's really kind of weeded out who's most important to you and who's not. And that also transfers over to business and relationships. Going through the motions was a normal thing, and now we've all had to reimagine and all had to be creative. And so this leads me into my favorite part of the show is busting the myths. So, being creative, asking other people to do the same and trusting you, you've got the data to back it up. You've got the digital platform. What are some of the myths that you want to bust here today? And, we've covered everything from, sports partnerships too expensive, or I don't see the ROI. We just told you there's ROI. There's data now. So what are some of the other myths that we could bust for people on the show and the audience today?
I honestly, I think one of the main things is like minor league baseball. Minor league baseball as a whole, like depending on what team or what city you're in, these are family friendly events that people want to come out to. Like everyone doesn't always want to pay 60, 80 plus dollars to come and go out to a sporting event where you can go to a smaller team and still have just as much fun, be as close to the action. We're all about the fans. We are all about having an entertainment crew, getting people involved. You're going to be close to that action, and then not only that, but as far as baseball is a lot of people are like, oh, it's too slow, but like as a business, if you're out here entertaining clients, it gives you that opportunity to sit there and have that conversation and build that relationship with people to come out and like see that like, hey, like we believe in this team and we're like we have this asset and that asset and these are great seeds and we're able to have this conversation and we're able to. I'm not bringing you out here to talk business. I'm just bringing you out here to build that relationship and then we can talk about it later. So I think out there like. If people work for a minor league team, and that goes for the G League or the Corn Ferry, anything that's not the Big Four, Big Five, you have to have faith in the process. It's more of and we've always said like if you can work, like we put in a lot of work, like we're very prideful. We don't only I am the director of corporate partnerships, but I also pull tarp. I also work concession stands. I also during different events, like I take tickets or I need to run the scoreboard for a high school tournament. Like we do it all. Like it's not just like we do this one specific job. We know the business in and out, and if we're here for a long period of time, obviously we trust that process and we trust that company and we wouldn't come to you just to, you're just going to buy some tickets or you're going to buy a partnership. We have faith in this product that we want you to be a part of this family.
It's about building that relationship, and you don't have to have all of the biggest, most expensive things in your repertoire to pull out and name drop on. It's about what are you really trying to get out of it? You trying to engage the fans? You trying to make a name? You just trying to make people feel good and feel like you're an at-home brand? There are ways to do it much more creatively than you thought, and especially with my friend Ryan here. So, Ryan, take me in. Let's get to the end of this. What's next for you and the OKC Dodgers?
Well, just like I said, finishing up this season strong, gearing up for 2022. We learned a lot in the position so far. Moving, COVID really opened up I think, as I spoke on it before, everyone's eyes. I definitely think, we were a really close knit, organization. After COVID and everyone making it through, I call these people my family. So it's very exciting to still be with the organization and still move forward. Excited about some different upgrades that we'll be doing to the stadium throughout the off season. Excited about conversations that we'll be having with potential partners, and then just different other events that we weren't able to do last year. We have a huge snow tubing event that we have throughout the winter that we'll be bringing it back this year. So having that here, having the stadium operating 365 again, which is really exciting.
I love it. I love it, man. Well, I appreciate having you on the show today. It's always wonderful to make some friends across the way. But again, you've always got a friend here from the Explainify and Press Play podcast team. So again, thank you to the audience. If you haven't already, make sure you like, you subscribe, you share, you get into it, right? Make some comments for us. Let's get excited about things. But we're all about bringing that story to life. So again, thank you, Ryan, for being on the show today. Super proud to have you here. But again, I've been your host, Derek Gerber, on the Press Play podcast powered by Explainify today, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.